So whenever,
For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
the Focus program, and we are rather excited today because this is the first show out of the new studio. And if Elizabeth will give us a shot on camera too here. There we go. Oh, what happened? There we go. There we go. Look at the fine young man here. And I just have to mention that our illustrious helper, Mr. Bruce Holliday, and Kenny Young have gone to great lengths to put this studio together. We have been in one location for 20 years over at the old St. Clair Middle School. Now this is the brand new studio in the lower level of the city of St. Clair, and we're glad that you're along. We are excited, and we are glad to welcome Corporal Don Ennis to the first program from the new studio.
Excellent. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Well, you've been with the department how long now?
About 12 and a half, 12 years now, I believe.
Gee, you were just a kid when you joined.
Just back in 08.
Now you're an old man, right?
So yeah, one of the old dogs now.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, you went before City Council recently.
Yep.
And talked about a great program that you have with the community, with the doorbell people.
Yep.
But let's start with that. Let's talk about that.
So I pay attention a lot on the internet about different articles about different types of community policing that we can achieve in this town. One of them was an article came across how Ring developed an app so we can better communicate with our citizens and our citizens can better communicate with us. So what Ring did is, I'm not sure if you know what Ring is,
Yep.
but they developed video cameras and security systems for houses. They're pretty simple. You throw the camera up and they have an app and you can sync it up and you're good to go. It's user friendly.
Runs off of the internet?
Yep. So
Okay.
usually it's a cloud-based service. So the video are retained in the cloud, so you can review them on your phone. And
So I don't
remotely.
have to have a wire from the doorbell to
Correct.
my,
Yeah.
like you used to have with a bell in the corner of the kitchen or something.
Yeah. Some of the units are powered by power, but some are just battery operated. You got to throw a
Okay.
battery in every few months.
Okay, we got sign up there right now. St. Clair Police Department is joining Ring. Okay.
Yep. So we reached out to Ring and said, hey, we want to be part of this program, which is called Neighbors. So the Neighbor app it's essentially like a Facebook where the community can communicate to each other and to the police department on this app about different safety issues in the town.
Mm-hmm.
It could be criminal, it could be other safety issues, it could just be concerns. But citizens are allowed to put their information out there, and it's always anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no one's name. When I communicate with people, my name's on there. But when a citizen communicates, it just says neighbor 23, neighbor 15. So people can communicate to us and we can know what's going on. And it's pretty anonymous.
Okay.
But the nice part about this program, this app is when we have a crime in the area, let's say like at this office here, 547 North Kearney, if we had a break-in to one of our vehicles here, I can go on this Neighbors app and I can draw a radius of
Wow.
this City Hall, and everyone within the radius that I draw, I send a message to. And it says, hey, we've had a break-in in our city office. Does anyone in this area have any video of any possible suspects? I don't know who has video, and I don't know who does or who doesn't have video. I send the message to Ring, and then Ring takes that message and sends it out to the people. So the biggest misconception of Ring is people want to know, can I access their cameras, and do I know they have cameras? I know nothing.
Right.
I go through Ring. I send it to Ring, and then they're the middleman, and they send it to the people. And if the people respond, says, hey, I got some video, they send it to Ring, and then Ring sends it to me.
So you don't have any direct contact
No.
with people. There's no way that you're going to
Nope.
access, as the City of St. Clair Police Department, access a house at 123 Brown
No.
Street or something.
So I can't access any video. I can get access with a search warrant. However, but that requires a court process.
Right.
But for me just to send a blast out to the people in this area that says, hey, I need some video of last night if you saw anything, I have no idea who has video, and I have no idea who doesn't have video. Now, our department, if we have a crime in an area, we're going to go door to door and knock around. We will see people have cameras, but for the general, the point of this app is we can send the message out there without having those officers on the street asking every door.
There's been some great coverage by Channel 2, 4, and 7 of these Ring doorbells where people have been good Samaritans, shoveling walks,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
putting packages back on the porches.
Yeah.
You know, lots of good things happening
for
too.
sure. Yeah.
So it's been an interesting concept.
And we want our citizens to use this app because Facebook is, it's worldwide.
Right.
We can put a comment out there, and anyone in the world can comment. Whereas this Neighbors app is really focused on your zip code. So in order to communicate and use this app, it's just our zip code people. So it's nice. It's isolated to our town. It's people that care about our town, rather than a worldwide thing. So if we have an isolated incident, just the people in our area know about it.
So if they want to get information about this, how do they get a hold of you?
They can contact me at the office, 810-329-5710. And we do have, I think there was a slide where they can download the app, where they text the number, and they'll get the link for our app for our city. So the 555-888, and they can download it.
Oh,
so,
for our particular city?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also, you don't have to have a Ring device. This app is also for anyone can download and view stuff and communicate with us. So you don't have to have the Ring products.
Okay, this number 555-888, does that cover St. Clair Township, East China Township, or is that only the city of St. Clair?
It's mainly in the city.
Mainly,
but
okay.
it's based on zip codes.
Okay.
So it's 48079. So if you download that app, you're going to get the township people in our city,
Okay,
and vice
wonderful,
versa.
wonderful.
But we all work together here.
Oh yeah, you do.
So
All right, let's talk about a couple other things you got going for the department. What else you got?
So I'm sure we got some slides of
Yeah.
the streets.
Okay.
So
yeah. If Elizabeth, there we go.
on Riverside. So one of the big projects I wanted to complete by this summer, since the inn is coming in, and we do have a lot of pedestrian traffic. We have a lot of vehicle traffic. So I know the road diet has, a lot of people have their own opinions of it. My personal opinion is it is 100% slowed down traffic.
Correct.
People are single
Totally
file
agree.
lanes. No one's in a hurry. It slows down vehicles. So I wanted to figure out how we can, make the pedestrians, the crossing safer. So we kind of did what Port Huron did. You know how Port Huron has all this stuff in the middle of their street.
Seems like they got them every block.
Yeah, every block. So we're not going to be that aggressive, but we did apply for through MDOT to get 4 signs. And the 4 are going to be, one's going to be in front of the St. Clair Inn at their pedestrian crossing. We're going to have one in front of the shopping mall, which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have one in front of J Street, and then we're going to have one for the employees down at Cargill Salt.
Okay.
So we have 4 signs going, and the nice part is the St. Clair Inn's going to pay for their sign,
Oh.
and Cargill Salt's going to pay for their sign.
Okay.
So the city just has to pay for the 2 signs downtown.
Okay.
But we're hoping this will slow down traffic.
Well, traffic has really slowed down.
Yeah.
And it is remarkable. And I know that there's a meeting coming up momentarily between MDOT and the county and the city officials and probably your department to talk about the Clinton Riverside Avenue
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
And the changing of the light and things along those lines. There was a backup last summer
Yeah.
when it first
Yeah.
was put in, but that's going to be hopefully corrected by this coming summer.
Yeah, ultimately MDOT controls the roadway. 'Cause
Right.
it's a state highway, so the city has input, the county has input, but ultimately it's up to MDOT how they want it.
Right.
And you got the bridge there, and you got a railroad track, so you got
Right.
a lot of different, dynamics happening right there at that intersection.
And
so
Michael
hopefully,
Ward there too,
yeah.
which is
So
another problem.
yeah, that driveway.
Another whole city.
Yeah,
So-
let's not even get on that driveway exit
Right.
entrance. Well,
Right.
that's another whole half hour.
All right, so what else? you
But
got?
just FYI that these signs, they will be bolted to the roadway in the springtime. Our DPWs can go out there and bolt them in the roadway, so if someone hits them, they're spring loaded, they'll give. And then in the winter time, the snow come down, so we'll remove them.
Okay.
Because MDOT does not want any, we used to have those signs out there on the heavy rubber. MDOT doesn't want that. They want fixed signs that can break.
Okay.
So we got these signs, we're excited, they're coming this summer, and hopefully they'll slow down vehicles for pedestrian crossings.
What else you got?
So third thing is we're going to talk about our safe space.
Oh yes. This is a big one. This is brand new.
Yeah, so another thing I kind of wanted to make our community safer is I do a lot of purchasing on Facebook, or used to on Craigslist, more or less Facebook. I sell stuff, I buy stuff, and I usually meet people at like gas station parking lots or Meijer parking lot. And you hope this person's a good person.
Right.
So I thought, how can we make it safer for our community? So I thought a great idea would be to create a safe space in our parking lot. And one of the key partners of this is Cargill. I reached out to Cargill Salt and I said, hey, I'm looking to create this safe space. Would you help us, purchase cameras? Reached out to Cargill. They were 100%. They have a program called Cargill Cares. I applied for a grant with them, and they gave me $750 to buy 3 cameras. And then I reached out to MDK Security out in Port Huron. I said, hey, can you come down here, help us install cameras? This is what we got. And MDK, they sponsored the DVR to hold, I think a 2 terabyte DVR to retain that video. So the goal of the Safe Space is to basically create a space where people can come and do exchanges for products they buy and sell on the internet. But it also provides safety for people doing on Sundays. We have a lot of children exchanges for joint custody stuff, and then we have a police department, we have a city hall, we have a daycare. So ultimately, this safe space provides a safe space. So
and this particular lot is going to be redone in the
exciting, yeah.
It's going to be bright.
Yeah, yep.
And
see if we can get maybe 2 spots like in front of the camera, so people can pull up to right in front of the camera, and they'll feel safe. And because we hope the criminal's not going to come to the police department, but you never know. If we got video of them, or we got their Facebook account, we can work our magic and usually figure out what's going on.
Right.
So hopefully this will deter anyone from any suspicious crime.
You're doing a good job, my friend.
Appreciate it.
You love your work, don't you?
I love what I'm doing. I love working in this community. This is a great community. The people love us, we love them, and we try to really work with the community because we're a small town. We're all in it together. So we do have things coming in the future we're working on right now, and hopefully I can come back and,
Absolutely.
and talk about them.
Always again.
Yeah.
His name is Don Ennis.
Yep.
He's a corporal here at the St. Clair Police Department. We thank you for service, sir, and wish you safety and good luck in the next few times.
Thanks again, Paul.
Okay. We're back with our next guest in just a second. How are you? Paul Dingerman, nice to see you again. We are back with 2 amazing people that never, ever stop running. Brandy, nice to see you. Welcome back to the Focus Show. Michael, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You guys got stuff planned for this year.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about it.
We have all kinds of new stuff. I'll give you a little history. A couple years ago, maybe 3 or 4, Jay DeBoyer came to me and he's talked about...
I remember Jay.
Yeah, he's our county clerk.
Correct.
He said, we want to start a Blue Water race series. And he said, we want to connect all the cities from Algonac to Port Huron with the races. So I took that.
5K races.
Well, it could be any
Oh, okay.
length. So I took that and I started talking to people. I talked to Elizabeth at the YMCA and I talked to Deb Johnson at County Mental Health.
Yep.
And then it just dropped and we kind of forgot about it. This year, or late last year, Deb Johnson called me and she says, hey, are you still interested in doing that series? And I said, yeah, we are. And then it just ball started rolling downhill. So we very quickly, in a matter of months, put together a 6-race series. It is called the Blue Water Race Series. And it includes, I'll give you the list, the Leprechaun Loop, which benefits the YMCA. And that is next month.
Right, March.
It's
sometime.
in March, actually, March 14th, I think. Then the Run for Recovery, which is County Mental Health.
Right.
Then the ArtFul Dodger, which benefits the St. Clair Art Association. The Algonac Pickerel Run, which is over the 4th of July, which is for the Lions Club. Then P.S. You're My Hero, which benefits victims' rights. She's a victims' right advocate, and the money goes towards victims' rights. And then Friendsgiving, which is a Tyler Kreitler Memorial Run.
Right, down in Marine City, or in
Marine
City,
yes.
on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
And that's a 6-race series, and you can sign up for each race individually. But if you do all 6 races, then you get some special swag. There's going to be a commemorative jacket along with a medal for completing the series.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And how many people do you expect? I mean, you got 100, 200, 500 at some of these races, so you could have all sorts of numbers.
Well, we had 300 last year.
At our race, yeah, and I think most races were kind of averaging that. So It'd be nice if everybody who went to a race did all 6.
Oh my God, it'd be wonderful.
We're trying, our goal is to have 600. We want 600 runners in St. Clair. And we've actually expanded the event again this year, and I'll let Brandy elaborate on that a little bit, but it's every year it's bigger and better.
Brandy, tell us about the expansion.
Oh geez, we have decided to add a 15K to our race
Wow.
this year. So we have the 15, the 10, the 5K, and then we're bringing back the Rembrandt's Runs Run. It's a free kids run where they get to sprint downhill to the finish line, and every child receives their own free medal. All the runners will also receive the ceramic medals again this year.
Those are cool.
Oh yeah, no, they were a huge
Very
hit.
unique.
Yes. We're gonna have live music out on the course. We're gonna have entertainment.
On the course.
On the course. We're trying to make this a big event in a small town.
Yeah, yeah.
Our after party grew, and I've been told to stop adding things. We now have a bounce house, inflatable obstacle course. We have free face painting.
Wow.
Yeah, all being provided for free.
Are
And
you gonna do it in front of the mall there, in the?
yeah, we have our own event space now. It's in the parking lot near the finish line. So as you're having fun and letting your
Oh,
kids
that's right.
play.
Finish line was on 2nd Street this year.
Third Street,
yeah.
yes. So we're keeping the finish line in the same spot. Our courses are all going to kind of intertwine like they did last year, including the 15K. We have an artist market at our after party where artists and crafters are going to be able to have running themed art and things that like runners want.
Love it.
New this year is we're kind of adding a scavenger hunt. We're calling it the Da Vinci Dash to Art. Public Art from the St. Clair Art Association has placed a bunch of installations around our town, and we're choosing 5 of those to lead our runners to after the run. If you take your picture with the art, post it on social media, you'll get extra prizes.
It's gonna be an all-day affair.
We're hoping.
Hi, golly, that's great. We've got your colorful ArtFul Dodger poster up here. Who did that?
I did.
Brandy.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, you did a great job. That's beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
you're an artist as well as a runner?
Yes.
We knew that.
Brandy's
Yes.
doing the medals again this year as well.
Oh, geez.
Those, I've never seen medals like that before.
Thank
tell,
you.
Tell the audience what they were.
They're ceramic. Last year's were runners on the boardwalk with a freighter in the background. This year we just chosen a design of a sprinter on the boardwalk. Nice, big and bold though, so kind of a different style. And they're still going to be ceramic, glazed, handmade. And this year I get to make about 500 of them. Yes.
Great. Okay, Michael, what do we do now? How can we help you guys?
Well, the easiest
Join the
way-
races, one of the 6 races.
The races
All the
are
6 races.
critical,
Yep.
and I mean that's how each one of these nonprofits make money. And of course, it's a big deal for the Art Association. In order to register online, you got to go to the Blue Water Rate bwrs.nmotive.com. That's how you register for the races, and you register individually. Once you go on there, you'll see each race listed separately. So, and we also have a virtual race. So, like Brandy and I, we're the race directors. We can't run our own race.
Okay.
So we have to be there at the finish when people start finishing. So we can run the race virtually before the event and still.
Oh, that's
qualify.
not like staying home and running the race.
Well, not really.
No, so it's really designed for people who get sick on race day, or maybe you're doing 5 of the races and that 6th race is Thanksgiving and you can't quite make it.
Right.
It's to make
You're
it a
gonna be
little
out of
bit
town.
easier.
You're gonna be
right.
seeing grandma.
Yep. So you can run the race, send in proof that you ran the race virtually, and you still get counted in.
Good.
Yeah. And like for example, we have a runner in our club right now that they're snowbirds, so they're in Florida until March, mid-March, end of March, so they're going to miss several other races. So he can run a virtual race down there and still qualify for the series. And it's exactly what Brandy said. We can't run our race, so we'll virtually run it. And for sickness, vacations, travel away from the event, you can still qualify for the series.
Okay. Wow, that's an exciting year.
It is
Yeah.
very
It's
exciting.
going to be fun.
Always something new.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. All right, website again, Facebook numbers and all that kind of stuff. Give that to me again, and people can
So you can go to InMotive, you can type into Google, and you can find us that way. You can go onto any one of the race's websites and find a link to InMotive through there, or you can find InMotive directly.
Pronounce that again.
InMotive.
InMotive.
Yes.
And the Facebook is facebook.com/Blue Water Race Series.
Yes.
Okay.
That'll get you to the links
Yep.
to InMotive and to each race individually. So, I mean, Leprechaun Loop for the YMCA is coming up quickly.
All right.
So, sign up.
Well, we'll have you back when you get closer to the ArtFul Dodger, and you can
Yes, sir.
bring us as one of those samples of the ceramic
Yes.
medals again.
I'm
Those
excited.
are cool. Those
Yes.
are cool. No, you're not. I don't see any excitement in your face at all.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Always a pleasure to see both of you. Coming up next, we got some wonderful purple representatives of the ARC of St. Clair County. We'll be right back. As we mentioned, we've got two special guests who are representing the ARC of St. Clair County and the wonderful Women's Life, Chapter 820.
Yes.
Joanne Wilton, nice
Yes.
to see you. Welcome back to Focus Set. And Valerie, nice to see you. Welcome back. You ladies were here a month or two ago with another person with the name of John Watt, who will be along in a minute. And you were talking about an event that was coming up that was rescheduled.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, we rescheduled it for the February 26th.
Okay.
Same premise. It's going to be at Community Mental Health Auditorium on the 26th. Thank you. The 26th between 6 and 8. It's a leadership, what motivates your employees. And it's kind of a different fundraiser for the Archangels to do. But I think it's important because not only is it for business people how to motivate their employees, but when you have volunteers, you have the same premise.
Yep. We got up on the back the monitor here your flyer, which will be seen all over the place. But it's 6 to 8 on the 26th of February. Talk to me about what the ARC is and what it does.
The ARC assists people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to live independently. We work with people from birth to death. We work with the children in schools to help them get the supports that they need to succeed. We have an adult advocate that works with the adults to help them with their Medicaid, help them with riding the bus, help them find a job, get them hooked up with all those different services.
It's wonderful work. What's the size of your population?
We
Round
service
figure.
about 500 plus people.
500 clients?
Yep.
That's a pretty good number, and
Yes.
it's a lot of work to keep those people employed and keep them active and
Keep them
watch
living
over.
really independently.
Yeah, yeah. So you need support. You need kind of.
We help them achieve real choices and help them, do what they choose to do and how they choose to live.
Okay. John has been with you one time before you were here,
Yes.
and he does a good job. Let's look at an interview we did with John a couple hours
Okay.
earlier, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
In the next few weeks, the ladies just talked to us about what the event is and when it's going to be. What is your program? What are you going to be doing?
Basically, it's a two-part program. Chris Hogan, who's with Dave Ramsey, is going to be talking about what good leadership looks like. And he really has. He's very, very fun. He's very informative, but he gives great information for employers. So that's why, even though this is a fundraising event, it's a great event for employers so they can learn. We always say, I want to motivate my employees.
Yeah.
But the problem with that whole concept there is everybody's motivated differently. So you need to find out what specifically motivates your employee. How did they get motivated? And what Chris will do is he'll actually give the employers 3 questions that they should ask their employers at least on a weekly basis to help ensure the fact that they are being motivated. So that's one step of it.
Right. What's the other two?
The second part is I'm going to come in and I'm going to be talking about taking a different look at leadership, because a lot of times we take a look at leadership from the top down. But what I'm going to be taking a look at is, why do followers follow certain leaders? There's a reason. There's a reason why, and there's actually 4 reasons why.
They don't follow all of them.
They don't follow them all. So and the thing is, with this good economy that we have, people have choices of where they're going to work.
Yep,
But
yep.
what we found out, though, through this is actually a study that was done by Gallup. It took a look at all these followers and why they follow, and they really identify 4 criteria, which I'm not going to tell you right now, but that's what we're going to talk about at the ARC.
Okay. And then what's the third part?
No, just the 2 parts.
Oh,
It's the
just
2
the
parts.
two-
Yeah,
just
just
the two
Chris
parts.
and myself, yeah.
Okay. You've been doing this a while. What is your business?
The name of my company is Coach for Life, and I've been an athletic coach my entire
Correct,
lifetime.
correct.
But the life part is an acronym. For L stands for leadership, I is being intentional, F is that it's faith-based, and E is equip. And what I hope to do is equip the people of the Blue Water area with some tools so they can help not only develop the leadership skills within themselves, but then the leaders of others too. So it's an exciting time right now.
So we're going to go back to the ladies in a second here, but this is good work for you, isn't it? I mean, it's help me here. What?
With the ARC, you mean?
Yeah.
This is a real feel good, you know, because
Okay.
the
Yeah,
ARC,
that's
the ARC is so neat. I mean, they do so many incredible things. And when I met Valerie about a year or so ago, I knew nothing about the ARC. And it's been around here forever. I've been around here forever. And I don't know anything about the ARC. And I said, we need to take maybe a little bit different approach about getting the word out, you know, and realize that, you know, some of the people that are at the ARC that use the ARC services are working in the Blue Water area. So I thought, let's target and take a look at employers and how they can both help motivate. So I think it's a win-win for everybody because the people of the ARC are going to benefit and employers from the Blue Water area are going to.
Give us your website and your name, your company name.
I'm John Maxwell Team Certified. So if you're familiar with John Maxwell, I'm a certified speaker, trainer, and coach. The name of my company is Coach for Life. Coach for Life.
Okay, and
So-
is it a web?
I do have a web page. It's johnmaxwellteam.com/John Watt. You'll see my website.
Big long one.
It is a big one. Yeah.
Always a pleasure seeing you, John.
Nice to see you.
Let's check now with the ladies. He really is a coach, and he really knows what he's talking about. He's going to be a good
He
speaker.
does. He's
Yeah.
a very good speaker.
Yeah. I got to tell you, my son Bob is going to be 50 this year. He's developmentally disabled, and the ARC helped him to get the home of your own concept. He's lived in Marysville, be 19 years
19 years.
in March with 2 other fellows.
Isn't that wonderful?
And when they're there, there's a person that helps them. And then Bob went on to, with the help of Community Enterprises, he has his own business, BW's Dog Biscuits.
What's that do? What's that business?
Well, he makes dog biscuits.
It makes dog biscuits.
And they're little, they're treats. They're
Yeah.
not meant to be a meal, but he makes the treats and he sells them. And every year he's invited to a conference, and this year he was in Traverse City. He has to make 5,000.
Oh my God.
And he has big bags, small bags, and in Christmas time they have, you know, canisters and special things. And,
Oh.
and he really does a lot of donating to fundraisers too.
Well, it's just a part of the whole positive story.
Oh,
of
sure.
What the ARC does and what
Yeah.
can happen.
And it gives parents who are kind of new to the game, even not so new to the game, that there is hope and there's a future. They don't have to sit at home anymore.
No.
Somebody
And
in
that-
their corner so they can do what
Yeah.
they want to do in the community, where they want to live, what they want to do, what kind of business they would like to run.
Instead of,
What kind of
oh,
job they're looking
just
for.
stay there and be quiet.
Stay there and
Yeah.
watch TV.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
They need to be out in
We
their
like them to
community.
watch a little bit of TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
in the community, though, there's such a good support, and they are so an asset to our community. They every individual is an asset, and they have their own ability to do whatever. You know, we have our ability to improve the community. People with intellectual and developmental disabilities have to be a great community.
But as a parent, it's wonderful to watch them grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
No matter how old they are, they still
You had to
learn.
be so worried early on, and then to see how it's developed has certainly been comforting.
I never worried about it because we were very active from the age of 2. We really stuck to it. We had a goal.
And that's what it took.
Yeah, absolutely. It's dedication, perseverance.
People can help by coming to this event on February 26th, 6 to 8 o'clock. They can learn something
Yes.
for their company, for their volunteer organization.
Yes.
$45 is not a big expense for an evening of this kind.
And there's going to be light refreshments, so it'll be enjoyable. And I look forward to learning something. I'm going to go because I have my Women's Life chapter.
Yeah, right.
And if they choose to, if they cannot attend, they still wish to support the ARC, they can sponsor a ticket, write sponsor when they buy it on
Oh,
Everbright,
okay,
and someone else
okay.
can attend from like a nonprofit agency.
So talk about Everbright again.
Everbright is the ticket sales, and that is connected on the ARC of St. Clair County's Facebook page, and under our events is this event, and the Everbright link is on there.
Great. Have we missed anything?
Don't think so.
I think so. I think
We
we're
want to
good.
thank you both for being on the
Thanks for having
inaugural
us.
program of the new studio, and
Impressed?
you're impressed. Well, I am too.
am. It's nice and bright.
beautiful.
Been a long time coming, but we're happy we're here now.
Yeah,
We'll
no
should
kidding.
hopefully here for a long, long time.
All right.
That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon. Thanks for watching the new studio.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.